The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. The greatest good is pleasure, and the greatest evil is pain. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Man is not disturbed by things, but by his opinions of things. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but by love alone is hatred ended. This is the eternal law. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. The good traveler has no fixed plans, and is not intent on arriving. Conquer the whole world with the power of love. Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The greatest wealth is to live content with little.
The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less.
All that we are is the result of what we have thought. It is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. The wise man does not grieve for what he has lost, but rejoices in what he has left. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Be content with what you have, rejoice in the way things are. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Not what we have, but what we enjoy constitutes our abundance. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the great accomplishment. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting the bodies. The greatest gift you can give someone is your time, your attention, your love, and your concern. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside us while we live. He who fears he will suffer already suffers because he fears. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The world turns aside to let any man pass who knows where he is going. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. The most important things in life are the connections you make with others. If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them, and it is in your power to wipe out that judgment now. Don't pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. The man who fears losing has already lost. The purpose of life is not to be happy, it is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Difficulty strengthens the mind as labor does the body. The only thing we never get enough of is love, and the only thing we never give enough of is love. To be fully seen by somebody, then, and be loved anyhow, this is a human offering that can border on miraculous. Death is the end of one story and the beginning of another. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. The only true good in life is knowledge, and the only true evil is ignorance. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. If you can dream it, you can do it. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. The mind is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. There are 2 rules of living. Get what you like or like what you get. The harder you work for something, the greater you'll feel when you achieve it. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. He who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. The unexamined life is not worth living.